rolling in the I get that and I get that and I'm rolling in the
Hello and welcome, fresh off the heels of Super Wild Card Weekend. We are into the divisional round of sharp bets and fantasy sets, and as always, I am your host, Nick Fiorentino, and alongside me, I have my two co-hosts. As always, I have big time Tim Secor. Tim, how we doing?
Hey, doing pretty good. Want to give a shout out and thanks to all of our fans who joined us over on Twitch last Saturday. We had a great time, threw some drinks back before the games, had some great, if you listened and followed us, had some great tips on anytime scorers and different prop bets that we like for the weekend. I know a couple of us did really well betting, sir. So, don't worry, Moravik. First time. There's a first time for everything. So you should have joined in and watched us, but I'm sure you'll be here this weekend. We're going to do it again this weekend. Not sure if it's Saturday or Sunday. We'll see where our schedules line up. But outside of that, it was a great week in football for sure.
It was a lot of fun. And my other co-host, the big winner of this weekend, Chris Surfshaw. Chris, how we doing?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Apparently, DK knows that I can't make bets, so they just give me mystery boosts, and I bet them, and they hit. So, gave me 6 boosts, went 5-0-1. It's good money right there.
I can't tell. It looks like, did you buy a grill? Is that a grill? Is that what you use for your winnings?
Well, for sure.
Oh, nah. But I did get this nice little shirt, thank you.
Ah, there you go. You got one.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, got it, you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. That's really cool. Well, I'm glad you got one. And, of course, our returning –
part of the team now, you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Only thing missing is the cup.
You're on the hashtag team. And our returning guest for the fourth time, I don't know.
Fourth, I think.
Fourth time is the big man, Moravik. Moravik, how we doing? And how did Super Wild Card Weekend treat you?
Good boys. Oh, terrible. I hit the Rams, and that was about it. So, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'll cheers to the Rams, because if you were here, I would have had somebody who had my back on the Rams pick.
Oh yeah, that was a lot.
Now let's go.
I don't miss
like
Fireball from the last time I had Fireball.
All right, guys. We are Sharp Bets and Fantasy Sets, and you can find us on Twitter at SBFS Show. Our show will be on Wednesday, and it'll be on iTunes on Thursday. So Wednesday will be YouTube on the TruExact channel, and Thursday will be iTunes. As Tim mentioned before, we're going to do Twitch again this weekend, but we'll figure out the date and time. I think we had at any moment up to 20 people hitting us up. Definitely bring some questions next time. We're there to help you guys with any bets you have. If you watched the show last week, I would think you won some money. I mean, I came out positive. I'll go first and talk about it. So I'll be honest, when it comes to sports betting, we all hate the guy that never talks about their losses and only talks about their wins. I'm not that guy. I got crushed this weekend. I mean, not a single bet that I put in on my own did I hit. I got close. I think the closest I got was a five-person parlay on anytime touchdown scores. I hit 4 out of 6. Missed Mark Andrews, who dropped the ball in the end zone, and I missed Hollywood Brown. But started out the week plus 25 on the over half touchdown, the odds boost that we gave you guys. And if you bet with DraftKings, they did something really fun. What they did was for every game, about an hour or two before the game, they had a mystery odds boost. And if you opted in, after about 5 or 10 minutes, they would hit you with an odds boost. And I hit almost everyone I played in. I started with Stephon Diggs, 25 to win $67.50 on an anytime touchdown. I hit that. The next one was Robert Woods, $25 to win $90. Hit that too. The push was, Sir was right there with me. The push was the Rojo first to score a touchdown in the late game. He did not play, and on the great DraftKings app, it's a push if they don't play. Sunday, however, I had my odds boosts weren't as good. My first one was Baltimore plus money, plus 100 to win. I didn't take that bet because I just didn't think it was something. I thought Baltimore would win. If you watched the show last week, I did say that, but I didn't think that the odds were good enough to hit that. It would have been only 25 to win another 50. Shame on me. I would have won. I loved my odds boost for the second game. It was Allen Robinson anytime touchdown, similar to Robert Woods. And honestly, I thought his last game as a Bear, I thought it was there for him. But every fucking other person that I know that jumped on the odds boost had Mike Thomas first to score, $25 to win. What'd you win, sir?
Like 2-something. 230, I think it was.
I don't know why I didn't get that. I'm so pissed. But everybody I know, at least 6 other people I know, had that one, and they hit. So good for you guys for hitting that. And then my last one, I know some of you had Chase Claypool anytime touchdown. I had Pittsburgh first to score, and we know how that game went. So don't need to go into it any further.
Well, at least it was over in 5 seconds. So you didn't have to wait it out.
I ran upstairs to use the bathroom, and I came down, and I literally watched the screen for a minute, and I'm trying to think Cleveland kicked off to Pittsburgh. Cleveland's already up, and there's no time on the clock. How did this happen? Then I found out how, but yeah, so that's how I did. Sir, I know you were a big winner. You don't have to share the total amount, but were there any bets besides the odds boosts that you hit?
Yeah, I mean, I hit on Saturday. I hit the 3-player parlay, which I gave out on Twitch. It was Jonathan Taylor over rushing yards. That was close. Then the second game was a Russ Wilson over 25. As you two gentlemen know, he didn't get that one till late when he broke off like a 20 or 30 yard run. And then my last one was over receiving yards for Godwin. He was getting early, and then he forgot how to catch in like the third or fourth quarter because he had like 3 or 4 drops. Finally caught one, put me on the over, winner. But so yeah, I learned that don't bet the spreads, just bet player props. Simple as that, Because if I had stuck with my spreads, I probably would have lost some money.
Man. Well, I'm glad you hit, and I'm glad you won. It's good.
This newfangled gambling, odds boost and stuff like that. I'm old school. I still got a bookie, okay? I call in my bets.
Sir, come to 2021, oh boy. Come on now. Come to the modern day, oh boy.
I don't want any of that legal stuff.
Come to the modern day, oh boy. You know what I'm saying? The water's fine.
I got a guy, all right? I don't need a website. Come on. That's craziness.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, old boy.
Just hear me out, Moravik. You understand that if you sign up for DraftKings, you and the person that refers you both gets $100 free bet. Shout out to our guest last week, Mr. Lachowski. Haven't put mine in yet, but I'm definitely going to. You could sign up and with my referral, and we'll both get a $100 bet. I'll even give you the $100 bet. I'll bet whatever you want. There's just no reason not to sign up for DraftKings.
I can't. Okay, so here's the thing. When I moved to Pennsylvania, I cannot switch my DraftKings, which is legal in PA, but I can't switch my account from Jersey to PA. I have called them. I have been on the phone. 2 companies that I've had a problem with. DraftKings is one, and sir, TVG was the biggest. I was on the phone for 2 hours one Saturday morning because I just wanted to bet horses. And I could not log into my account, and they wouldn't let me put money in because my address changed with my credit card. And it was like the biggest pain in the ass in the world. I do have, I use Barstool bets in PA, which is, same shit. But
I will say, but
do they have odds boosts?
Well, that's what I wanted to. Just so you know, besides the money that you would get that Tim outlined, they have a promo running right now for new users. You could bet $1 on any team this weekend to win. Any team, no odds, just money line. You win 100 to 1 odds. So $1 would win you $100 extra.
I'm not a new user. They don't count me as a new user. I just can't switch my account over.
Well, for anybody watching us that is betting for the first time, 100 to 1 odds on any team in the NFL, $1 to win 100.
And please don't sign up and not refer somebody because you're throwing away $100 for you, $100 for them. God, just reach out and ask somebody.
Or just give me a call. I'll get you a bookie. I'll try not to break your legs if you don't pay.
There you go. Tim, how'd we do in betting? I know you bet what, $500 on DK Metcalf to score 2 touchdowns, or what's up,
my
Alexa?
goodness. Could you imagine? I mean, not only was I high on him, but to a fault. He all right. Oh, I know. Say hi to your fans. Yeah, she left.
Hashtag Alexa.
Okay. Yep, she's gone. So she thinks you're coming over, Nick. That's fine. Yeah, but besides the DK, so I basically hit a bunch of odds boosts just like Sir. We had the same ones. I didn't put in the Chase Claypool one because I didn't really trust him to be the one who scored. But
you just won the Mike Thomas one. You should have at least threw fucking 25 on it.
Pretty much what I did. I was like, yeah, free house money, throw it on him.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. It was only plus 200 for anytime touchdown. Yeah, that money be great,
bro. Hey, plus 200 winner is better than a plus nothing loser.
It looked like the smartest thing. He scored late in the fourth quarter. Okay, it's not like he's
words of wisdom, sir. Words of wisdom.
It's true. It's true, Tim. It's true.
Why I'm here, sir.
I love it, buddy.
But listen,
I'm here for this. You know what I'm saying?
Words of wisdom by Sir.
You're welcome, old boy.
I was hanging out with Sir
Hold
Nick.
up. Well, I got something for you too. There you go.
And when DK scored that first touchdown after he was a crybaby bitch and just complaining about not, and then forcing Russ to throw that pick 6, which ended up costing them the game. I mean, that was the big game changer there. But I could have been on the field as one of the players with my celebration. I started running around with my fucking hands up. And,
if only I had known that it was coming, we were all together, I would have absolutely videotaped whatever that weird tribal dance was that you did after DK scored the touchdown is worth the price of admission.
All of the hate that you guys are giving me, Jalen Ramsey. Now, granted, both of his touchdowns, Jalen Ramsey was not covering him.
Exactly.
That's all you need.
It was some kind of weird chicken dance /
It wasn't the gritty. I didn't bust the gritty. I should
bust it out again for the millions of fans watching. Come on.
I've had it with the gritty. It's got to stop already.
I literally don't know what any of you are talking about right now. I have no fucking idea what the gritty is. When you say gritty, I think of the Flyers mascot.
When Justin Jefferson scores a touchdown, the dance that he does in the
I wouldn't know what happens when he scores a touchdown because he's not on my football team. Okay, I don't watch Red Zone as much as you.
Broaden your horizons a little bit.
You should, sir.
Red Zone
is a beautiful thing.
I'm boycotting.
He's one of the best receivers in football. I mean,
he's pretty good. Could have been.
Should win Rookie of the Year. He won't, but he should.
He could have been an Eagle. Well, there's one guy that is no longer an Eagle, and that's Doug Peterson. And we'll keep this very quick because we got a lot to talk about. The divisional, plus we want to talk about our DFS.
Hold on, we got to take a drink for the homie. Yo, shout out to Dougie P, man.
Oh. Shout out to my new coach, Doug Peterson. Woo!
Here's to Doug Peterson. You fucking piece of fucking trash. Go fuck yourself. Take it easy.
Mad, bro?
He's not happy. He's not happy.
Tell us how you really feel.
I told you I'd take it easy, but then as soon as he said it, now I'm all pumped up.
I thought you would have loved Doug Peterson over throwing the interception to Michael Strahan in that one game that ended in overtime.
Listen, a long time ago.
It was.
I live in the now.
When Doug Peterson was fired, I was at work, and I immediately got 9 text messages. Rather than respond to all 9, most of the people are fans of the show, so I just figured I would make my statement on the show. So I advocated that I thought Doug Peterson should be fired because at the end of the day, I don't think Doug Peterson did anything wrong. I think the reason why Doug Peterson was fired was because at the end of the day, it's a business, and you're either going to keep Doug Peterson and eat $30 million and get rid of Wentz, or you're going to keep Wentz and you're going to fire Doug Peterson, who you owe no money to when he is immediately hired by another team. And I think that Doug Peterson is a very good coach if he coaches for teams that are in a win-now mode. Like Doug Peterson, I know you talk about the Jets. That might be the move because of Joe Douglas. If I'm Doug Peterson, I think the Chargers are the who you want to go to. I mean, they have a lot of money. They have a young quarterback. They have a great defense. That would be a team that I would want to go to. I think they're very close. But Doug Peterson didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying in that game because I don't think he was fired because of that game. Because Doug Peterson is a head coach and doesn't give a fuck about a draft pick. That came from above. That came from Howie Roseman, who's a piece of shit, and that came from Jeff Lurie. It did not come from Doug Peterson. And you can question Doug Peterson's play calling. He's very aggressive, which fans like. And when it works, you win Super Bowl 52. Because if it wasn't for his aggressive play calling, they don't win that Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl.
No, it was a lucky Super Bowl. I'll be the first one to tell you. But
Hey, it's better than good. Bro.
Look, you win a Super Bowl, you win a Super Bowl. But
I'm only kidding. Listen,
No,
the Giants have their luck at the Super Bowl.
Of course.
That's all I got to say.
I won't say so much luck, but I'll say it was a miracle run. They earned the Super Bowl, but it was a miracle run. They should have never been there based on winning it with a backup quarterback. And I still watch, because I still have a DVR. I still watch it from time to time. The Patriots don't punt in the game. I don't know how they won, but they won. And we're not here to talk about Super Bowl 52. I think Howie Roseman's a guy that needs to be fired. Jeffrey Lurie's an idiot. Their team is going down. I think it'll be reflective on the coach that they hire because they're not in win-now mode. I think they're going to work to get Wentz figured out. Wentz is going to be the quarterback. They love strong backup quarterbacks. I know. But I want Wentz to be the quarterback. I don't want
Why?
Because I still think he's good.
What has he done?
I still think he's good.
He's not.
For the season that he was healthy and they had a good offensive line, he was the front runner for MVP before he tore his ACL.
I think Frank Reich had a lot to do with it, but I agree. He's a first-round pick, an early first-round pick, who played at an MVP caliber level, and it's hard to give up on that. It is.
He was the number 2 pick.
Sorry, sir, go ahead.
Listen, he was the number 2 pick.
That's what I'm saying. I Jared Goff was the first pick, and he's trash. But
I'm just saying, he's the number 2 pick. He's a high first round.
He's trash.
Jared Goff's going back to another Super Bowl this year, by the way. But we'll get into that later. What you said was, maybe it was Frank Reich. That's the exact reason that Carson Wentz won't be an Eagle next year, and he's going to be an Indianapolis Colt.
Then keep Doug Peterson.
They got all the money. Doug Peterson lost the locker room. So whether those stories are stories, okay? But when you have stories coming out of players going after the head coach, this is how I feel about what he did. Okay, now whether it came from up top or whatever, that is what it is. Okay, what he did was Ben McAdoo sitting Eli Manning for fucking Geno Smith. And
I agree.
I want to see what we have out of Geno Smith. Now, the Giants that year drafted Davis Webb. If Ben McAdoo pulled Eli and put in Davis Webb to see what he has out of a rookie, okay, I would have been all for that. You know what you fucking have out of Geno Smith. You know what you have out of fucking Nate Sudfeld. And one of my buddies, huge Eagles fan, he's like, Hurts was 7 for 20. Yeah, he also had 130 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, right off the bat, Sudfeld's that fumble, that does not happen if that's Jalen Hurts. That defensive line is probably one of the best in football. Chase Young's a fucking animal. He played his ass off that game. But that doesn't happen with Jalen Hurts.
Tell AJ I said hello.
It actually wasn't AJ. AJ was texting me immediately, fire Doug Peterson, this fucking piece of shit.
I don't think that was Doug Peterson. I understand. So football players are high adrenaline monsters. That's what they are. So I understand the knee-jerk reaction to want to murder the coach. I get it. I think if they thought about it, it's not the coach's. The coach didn't make that decision. What?
You play to win the game.
I'm right there.
Hello?
I'm right there,
what players
lockstep
want.
with you. I'm right there
Look.
with you.
Look
But
at
Doug
the
Peterson-
sweatshirt. Look at the sweatshirt this poor man has on. He had the shit man. I'll get into that soon. I'll get into that one soon. Listen, this guy had a chance to get a once in a lifetime quarterback, a Peyton Manning, an Andrew Luck,
Allegedly.
a player like that. Maybe
Allegedly.
now, obviously, that's fine. You never know. I'm not saying that. And they went out there and won 2 fucking games for no reason.
Why do you think I'm so happy that Doug Peterson's my coach? If you're saying the coach did it, Doug Peterson would have thrown the end of the fucking Jets season and been like, I got my quarterback of the future. I got my franchise guy. And then
Exactly.
trade. So hear me out. What are the Eagles doing with Jalen Hurts? Are they trading him?
No, they're going to keep him as a back. The Philadelphia Eagles won a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. They made the playoffs with Jeff Garcia after Donovan McNabb got hurt. The Philadelphia Eagles love the backup quarterback. Michael Vick took them to the playoffs after Kevin Cobb got hurt. So the Philadelphia.
Well, Michael Vick was a better quarterback than Kevin Cobb was.
That's fine, but Philadelphia loves the backup quarterback. They pride themselves on the backup quarterback, so they're going to keep Hurts.
But you know
In
they're
my
going to get.
opinion.
You know they're going to get another backup quarterback. I'm saying Jalen Hurts his stock is at the highest it could ever be right now,
Yeah, I agree.
based on how he's playing. Unless he becomes a full-time starter. But in the short term, they could draft another quarterback. They could.
I agree.
He played great the games he played.
Fucking stupid idiot from Ohio State that the Jets were going to take
Listen,
second overall before they realized.
By the way, you wanted to
Yeah,
lose.
like,
If
it's
you
a real
want to
bad-
lose the fucking game, you should have just started fucking Carson Wentz and let him play. Then you're gonna lose the fucking game.
I saw that.
there
But
you
if
go.
they had
Blame
just
Nate Sudfeld.
if they had went in before the game and said, we don't want to risk injury, we want to evaluate our quarterbacks, we're going to play Nate Sudfeld in this game, and did it before anything happened, nobody would have said a word. It's because they actually were winning the game. They benched half their team, and they really thought that they were going to lose, and they weren't, because Jalen Hurts rushed for 2 touchdowns, and they were in it towards the end of the game. And Doug Peterson, did what he was told to do, is in my opinion. I don't think Doug Peterson made that call. What about Nate Sudfeld? To your point, what about Nate Sudfeld does anybody need to see? He is awful.
He's a 3rd-string quarterback.
He's so bad that without ever having a professional snap, Jalen Hurts leapfrogged him into the number 2 role and starting quarterback role. So there's
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When it came out, we might give him some playing time to see what he's got. Why? Who gives a fuck?
at the end of the
I could be the 3rd-string quarterback on any football team because I'm never gonna fucking play. So who cares?
I agree. At the end of the day,
For what it's worth, I took the over on this segment at over 5 minutes. If anyone was out there betting on us,
we're gonna rapid fire the rest of this because we're already at a half hour.
By the way, so everybody knows, the pre-show I said I don't even care. I'm not going to talk about this, but I already got 6 fireballs in me. You know what I mean? And
We'll
flowing, brother.
We'll forego.
Hold on.
All right.
So you're saying that you say the Eagles messed up for losing the game, yet the Jets are messed up for winning the game?
No. My point was first of all, that's what I'm saying is the Jets had a chance at number 1 pick in an elite, maybe. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you never know what you're getting out of college, but
yeah, absolutely.
All signs point to Trevor Lawrence is going to be a great NFL quarterback.
Yeah, they compare it to
yeah. And they just blew it. Now the Eagles are going from we had the 9th fucking pick if they won that game. Now they have the 6th pick.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's a 3-pick difference.
You can get better players in the 6th spot than the 9th spot.
I'll end with this. We'll forego talking about a recap of Super Wildcard Weekend. We'll go right into the picks, but I'll end with this. A day ago, Jeffrey Lurie was on a conference call, and this is his quote about Carson Wentz. it behooves us as a team with a new coach to be able to really get him back to that elite progression where he was capable of. Very fixable, and I fully expect him to realize his potential. Carson Wentz will be the starting quarterback in week 1 of 2021.
Hopefully,
All
they
right,
give him
so-
weapons because he has no weapons out there. Like all his receivers are usually always hurt.
Draft the fucking guy from Alabama. You have the 6th pick.
Alshon Jeffrey, did he play it all this season? Probably. Deshaun Jackson, he came in, and then as soon as he came back, it was as quick as he left. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I agree.
The
they
only
ain't got
time
no
they
weapons. Like Carson Wentz can play. He just has nobody to throw the ball to.
Here's the thing. The Eagles don't have the number 1 pick, which goes to the worst team in the NFL record-wise, but the Eagles were the last place team in the worst division in football. They're not the last place team in a very good division. They were the last place team in a division where everybody was sub 500. So they are the worst team in the NFL, and they are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL for a few years. They're going to need to figure it out. They have no weapons. They don't have a defense. And right now they don't have a head coach. So I don't necessarily know. They don't have a lot of money. So I don't know where they're going to figure it out and become a better team. I think the Giants are a better team. I think that the Cowboys are a better team. And I think the Redskins, if they get a quarterback like Heineke that can run and move the ball, and we saw him do it, are a better football team.
Heineke balled out, by the way.
He did.
Yeah.
He played great.
that was
He
one
balled
of
out.
the
Oh, by the way, Nick, leave my DC alone. Go find somebody else, goddamn. Leave my DC alone.
What did
They
I
got-
say? Hip hip hooray! We want Soleil. Is that his name?
No,
Soleil?
you leave him alone.
They want Todd Bowles.
They're looking at Todd Bowles. To be fair.
Go get Adam Gase.
You know
He
what?
was an Eagle,
You can
so
have him.
he was an Eagle too. So
Yo,
Guys,
go
we're
get
gonna
Adam
go-
Gase or bring back Chip Kelly. Come on, fam.
we're gonna go right. And by the way, Bleacher Report, it was fake news. They are not going for Adam Gase. They are not going for Ben McAdoo. They will not sign either. But if they do, Francisco Lindor is a New York Met, and I am bleeding blue and orange. Let's go! I can't wait.
But
for
we
the
got Carlos
baseball season.
Carrasco, all right?
Yeah,
On DK, there's an odds
Let's go
boost.
Mets, go.
Lindor wins the MVP at plus 975.
there you go.
Put
All
it
right.
in there. Oh,
Let's go into the divisional round because we are way behind at this point on Doug Peterson. So Saturday, 4:35, the first game of the divisional round slate. You have the number
Wait,
6.
sir. We actually have to do the shot.
Oh, fuck. I've already done 3.
The official now. This is the official shot.
Hey, this is my 7th already, so I really don't want to.
who won last week? I know I went 3-3. Was that the best?
I went 3-3 too, and I only know that Latch went 1-5 because Scott was trolling him.
And Sir went 2-4. So
Oh, what do you got back there?
Tell me when to stop.
stop. Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, cold brew Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, sounds great. Cheers.
Good luck.
Good morning.
Cheers. I would have that thing just all fireballs.
different size fireballs. You'd have a pint. You'd have
Just all fireball.
Oh, look at
kinda
that.
rough.
It lit a fireball. What
Let-
the,
I could throw like a
any of Nick's further picks are asterisked as he had more shots than he's allowed. So I'm not sure we should go with his selections from now on.
The last time, first of all, I tied for first place, and I'm the reigning defending champ. And second, I did 6 shots before I even said a word the last time Moravik was on. So Saturday, 4:35, we have the number 6 LA Rams in an upset win over the Seahawks, 30-20. That I did pick, and I know Moravik had too, although he wasn't on the show because he did say a few weeks back the Rams were the best team in the NFC, and I believed them. Against the number 1 Green Bay Packers in the frozen tundra, should be about 18 degrees at game time. 13-3 in a week off. I'll start first. I'm going the Rams +7. I'm not saying that I think they're going to win, but the Rams are a very sticky team in this game, and it looks like the way Green Bay has played lately has been very simple. They play teams with bad defenses, and they score, and then they take the foot off the gas. Well, I don't think it goes without question to say that the Rams are the best defense left in the teams that are remaining. I think their defense is the elite level. It is really good. I think regardless of Jared Goff and Wolford, although to me, Wolford is the better option, the more athletic option. Listen, Goff still can
Can't
win
say
the
much.
game for them.
He's more athletic than Jared Goff. Come on, fam.
I think. Did you watch him play?
No. I'm saying
Before-
that's not saying much though.
Oh, I know. It's true. It's true. You have Aaron Donald projected to play. It is Tuesday. You have Cooper Kupp projected to play. Again, it is Tuesday. We'll have a better idea, and I think the lines will change. But give me the Rams +7 and give me the under at 45.5. I think the game could be – I think Green Bay could win the game 23-16. I know that would be a push, but I think it could be pretty close. I get
I was
it,
like,
but I
very
think it
come on,
could
do the
be –
math, old boy. Like, wait a
I
minute.
think it could be. We're looking at 4 shots already in. I think it could be a pretty close game, is my point, and I think it will run under it. Sir, we'll go to you next. Who do you have in this game?
Green Bay -7. Aaron Rodgers is rested. They're at the crib. Like, come on now. Give me the Packers -7.
NFC West hater. NFC West hater. Oh, what? Oh,
No, actually, if you listened, I actually picked the Rams last week, and I had them at
I did
+10
listen.
from somebody.
Mravik, what do you have in this game?
But yeah, Packers -7. Aaron Rodgers rested. Like Devontae Adams might not have a great game because he's probably going to be draped like by Ramsey, but he's got other weapons.
What do you got in the over/under? 45.5.
Give me the over.
Okay. Sir, Mravik, what do you got?
Rams all day. Best team
I
left in the NFC. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's it. They're going to knock them out.
With Jared Goff as a quarterback? With a broken thumb?
Did they go to the Super Bowl 2 years ago? With Jared Goff as the quarterback?
Here's the thing.
Cam Akers is running the ball all over the place.
That's what I was going to say. So Green Bay is at least top 3. I think they might be the worst rush defense in the NFL, but they're at least top 3. One of the worst rush defenses.
They're 31, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, how good has Cam Akers looked?
Looked great the last couple of weeks.
I agree. Tim?
I mean, that defense, shut down Devontae Adams. Well, guess what? The Rams have the only person who can do that.
Yeah.
The Rams have the only person who's going to be all over Rodgers, as long as he's healthy, obviously.
I was like, is he good? Because he looked banged up on over the weekend.
Aaron Donald?
Yeah, he looked banged up.
Yeah, no, he
cracked rib or something.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I will say this: if he doesn't play, then the Rams don't stand a chance. They're going to get fucking throttled. So I think 45.5 is a weird number. If Aaron Donald's not playing, over. If Aaron Donald plays, under.
Tim?
27-17, the Green Bay Packers. And that's only because either Jared Goff with a bum thumb, if you watch that game, some of his balls that he got away with, I don't know, are going to be incomplete passes in this game. I just, yes, if they can establish the run, Cam Akers is a monster. But Aaron Rodgers is a really good quarterback. Stands without saying. 7 points is not a lot. Give me the better quarterback in a game where Green Bay is a home team. I don't know. The line's going to change, but right now, 7 points, gun to my head, Green Bay -7.
Okay, so we're split 2-2 on that. We'll go to Saturday at 8:15. We have the number 5 Ravens, who won their revenge game, 20-13 against Tennessee. And thank you. Now I no longer have to listen to until Lamar does it. He did it, and he did it with rushing on the ground. He didn't have to throw the ball that much, but he did it and he earned it. I mean, they're a red hot team right now, and they're going against the number 2 Buffalo Bills in their win against the Colts, 27-24. Again, I'll kick it off. I'm going Baltimore +2.5, and honestly, I think Baltimore's going to win the game. Let's just call a spade a spade. The Colts should have won that game. I mean, bad officiating and bad play calling by Frank Reich kept the game close, but I think that the Colts were the better team, and lost the game. I think they just coached poorly, and it is what it is. But Baltimore is a better defense than the Colts. I think they're better coached than the Colts, and I think that Baltimore outright will win the game and end the Josh Allen hype train. I'll take the over 50.
Son of a bitch.
Sir, what do you have in this game?
I was torn on this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause
Can we all agree that this is the best game on the slate?
I know what you're saying, sir.
Yeah.
I was torn on this game because,
It's tough.
like, I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore wins this game because, like, last week Buffalo didn't sack Phillip Rivers at all, and they were running the ball all over him. Now you bring in the number one rushing team in the NFL. Like, this game could get ugly, but I've been rolling with Buffalo, so I gotta go Buffalo minus 2.5 just because, like, I don't know how confident I feel about it, but I mean -2, which obviously usually home teams usually get 3 off top. The fact that they're only a 2, which means even Vegas thinks that, you know what, it's gonna be tougher than you think. But I still got to ride with the Bills, and give me the over 50.
Moravik,
Saturday night is gonna be cold and snowy.
37 degrees. I looked already. I was looking at that.
Baltimore has been playing out of their mind. That's gonna end. This is my biggest blowout of the weekend. And it's to the Buffalo Bills. I mean, listen, first of all, we all know that I'm a Giants fan.
Oh, you are? I don't know that.
I was born for Bills Mafia. I mean, can we all obviously? I mean, jump to the table. That's
Are you
my
going
thing.
to a table? Go to a table right now, old boy. Come on.
All right. If I could put my iPad somewhere where you could see it, I would go right through this kitchen table. Not a problem. And I would.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You said the Josh Allen hype train is going to end. Not a fucking chance. First of all, I was on here, week 3? And then a couple weeks later, I know it was week 3. And I said Josh Allen should be MVP. Now, Aaron Rodgers, that's, MVP's over. It's going to Aaron Rodgers. But Josh Allen is not that far off. And Josh Allen is top 7 quarterback in football right now. I mean, he can do everything.
Yeah. I think this game's going to be great. And honestly, if the Bills win outright, it wouldn't shock me at all. I mean, if they win by 3, if they win by 10, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, I think this game is tough, and I think those two teams are really, really good. But I just think that Baltimore is red hot. They're riding the hot hand, and I don't think Buffalo looked that great last week. And what's up?
No, I was going to say one thing. So over the weekend, they had a prop. It was Derrick Henry to score and Lamar Jackson to score. So I put it in, and when Lamar scored, I was like, "Oh, I'm golden." The part that I was worried about the most hit. Let's go. Give me my
Plus,
money
that was a 50-yard touchdown too.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh,
That
Lamar's in. Bet good. Bet tremendous. We in there." And
That was one of the best quarterback touchdowns running wise I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson goes from stopped to 80 miles an hour. It was unbelievable.
Breaking news: he's pretty good. So anyway, so he scores, and then I'm like,
Hashtag
"Oh, I'm golden. Derrick Henry's gonna score this game."
Nope.
Hashtag bad. Go ahead.
Tim, what do you got?
I'll put it to you this way, and this is the way I'm thinking about it. From the way that the Ravens looked last week, that was their Super Bowl. They got so fucking hyped for that game. I promise you, they blew their fucking load. I don't know what the money line is. I don't care what the spread is. Buffalo is going to win the game. I don't know by how much. I just that's the picture that's drawn in my head. They came out to play on offense and defense. That's the best game they're going to play. I don't know that they can replicate that again. I don't know. I'm going to go Buffalo. I'm going to take the under. If it's in the snow, if it's snowing, I'll take the under 50. If the weather's a little better.
So it's supposed to snow, but there's no accumulation. I'll say this, and we want to keep this moving because we got 2 more games plus DFS, and we got another show after this. But here's the deal.
The main show, sir. Come on.
Zach,
This is the main event.
Zach Moss, we all know that. Zach Moss is injured and is out for the rest of the playoffs. I don't know if that's official, but he's out for the rest of the playoffs. You got Devin Singletary. They're not running the ball on Baltimore. We saw what they did to Derrick Henry to Sir's point. So they're going to be throwing the ball a ton. Now, Buffalo's defense is terrible against the run. We saw what, like, Darrell Henderson and certain running backs – hold on, you'll get your point, Tim. We've seen what certain running backs have done against them. I think it's a J.K. Dobbins game. I think it's a Lamar Jackson game. I'm telling you, Baltimore's winning the game. Tim, what do you got?
You think fucking Tannehill is on the same skill level throwing the ball than fucking Josh Allen?
No, time out a minute.
He's not bad, though.
Tannehill.
Put some respect on Tannehill's name.
Yeah, that's not fair. Tannehill, they're
Put
also.
some respect on his name, fam.
It's very
I don't
fair.
agree. Ryan
Tannehill's not winning you a game. Ryan Tannehill's going to win you a game if Derrick Henry can run the ball. Guess what? Derrick Henry couldn't run the ball. They put up, 13 points?
Are you saying Ryan Tannehill hasn't won a game? Because I'll pull up the stats right now. Ryan Tannehill has been a phenomenal. First of all, he was number 1 in certain quarterback stats last year. All he needed was Adam Gase to be away from him, and he played really good now. And overall, their entire offense was very good this year.
Who won the game? It's a playoff game. I don't care who you played in the regular season and the weak ass.
None of you picked Baltimore to win the game.
That was based on Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
I thought they could still run the ball. That's all.
You stop Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill couldn't do shit. And Ryan Tannehill's big games where Derrick Henry has 100 yards rushing and Tannehill throws 5 touchdowns. So what? They still put 8 men in the box. All Tannehill has to do is throw a fucking stupid little screen pass to A.J. Brown, and he's gone. So
do not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. Tannehill's stats are very good. You know where stats get you in the postseason? On the playing golf with the Jets. That's where the stats get you. You got to be able to win games. That comes down to it. And when they stop Derrick Henry, I want to know what their record was.
But that doesn't make any. Ryan Tannehill beat Tom Brady last year in the playoffs. He also beat Lamar Jackson in the playoffs last year. The guy has 55.
Derrick Henry.
That's fine. That's fine. But he still has 55 touchdowns. 55 touchdowns in 2 seasons and 13 interceptions.
He's a serviceable quarterback. I'm not saying Ryan Tannehill sucks. Ryan Tannehill ain't fucking Josh Allen.
Nick, who would you rather have as a quarterback on your team right now? Don't fucking lie to us.
Are you talking about Josh Allen or Ryan Tannehill?
Fuck yes.
Josh Allen. He's younger and he's had.
That's what I'm saying.
You're discrediting Baltimore's win because of Ryan Tannehill. Baltimore beat and waxed fucking Tennessee, and they're gonna wax Buffalo.
Although I would rather have Derrick Henry than both Zach Moss, Devin Singletary, all them. I'm saying.
I
would
rather have Henry.
They need to throw. They're gonna
back in the NFL. I'll take Derrick Henry over any running back in the NFL.
They're gonna need to throw. We got to move on. We're almost at an hour. They're going to throw the ball 50 times to win this game. John Brown couldn't catch a pass last week. I'm so glad they didn't put his props in because I would have bet all the overs. John Brown couldn't catch a pass. Stephon Diggs played well, but he's got an oblique injury. And Cole Beasley didn't play great, and he's injured too.
And Gabriel Davis played fucking
50
awesome.
times to win the game.
Well, he balled out for real.
Gabriel Davis balled out. It doesn't matter. They have all the people. And Singletary, you can say whatever. Singletary's not a bad running back.
I'm taking Baltimore.
Shout out to that Knox first touchdown, sir.
Man, I was about to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Bills by 14.
If you were listening,
Bills by 14 or more.
Sunday, 3:05. We're going on to Sunday. We're on to Sunday, as Bill Belichick would say. The number 6 Cleveland Browns in an upset win over the Pittsburgh Steelers 48-37 against the number 1 seed, Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning, defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid off the bye is all you need to hear me say. I'm taking, Cleveland plus 10, over under 56. I'm taking Kansas City. To me, that's the only logical bet, and the over at 56. I think Kansas City's scoring 35 points. You can't tell me they're not. Sir, what do you got?
Sir, the last time KC had a double-digit victory was week 8. Who did the Chiefs play week 8? The goddamn New York Jets, Mo. That was the last time they had a double-digit victory. Give me the Cleveland Browns plus 10, oh boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Chiefs may win this game, but they ain't blowing nobody out lately. Come on now. Give me the Browns, Baker Mayfield, Landry, Kareem Hunt. Let's go. Give me them Browns, boy.
At least they're a player.
What?
I don't want to pick this game at all.
It's tough.
I
Sir,
love
you
the
know you want to
over.
pick the Browns. Come on, agree with your boy. Come on.
I want to. I love the over. Say that. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I don't. I've said it on here every other time I've been on. I'll never bet against Kansas City right now. Do I think they're going to cover? I don't know. I honestly, I don't. They might not. But we don't even know what's going on in Cleveland still right now.
Obviously, they need a coach. Yes, apparently.
I mean, they might have 5 more guys out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that was the craziest thing. Like, I was all over Cleveland last week until Saturday when it was like, okay, now all these guys are definitely out. Like, you thought they'd be out, but, if they got tested, came back negative, then, whatever. They could be, and what happened? I mean, they killed the Steelers. Listen, that game, whatever the score was in that game, didn't make a difference because all Pittsburgh scores were fucking garbage.
Garbage.
Patrick,
That was all garbage. It was like, Big Ben threw 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he threw 4 interceptions too. And
yeah, Patrick Mahomes isn't throwing 4 picks.
No, and he's not. Right now I'll take Kansas City.
No.
But I do like Cleveland. I'm not.
Listen,
and they deserve everything they had this year. I just think. Listen, I said the Rams are winning the NFC. I've said since September 1st, Kansas City's winning the AFC. They're going to the Super Bowl. So I don't want to go away from that right now. But Kansas City is also different in the playoffs. Listen, Cleveland can jump out to a 21-0 lead. And guess what? That can be going like that. Cleveland's up 21-0 at halftime. Or at first quarter. At halftime, it's 28-21. I mean, that's what Kansas City does. They did it all last year in the playoffs. Everybody wrote them off, and they came right back.
Yeah, I'm not thinking this is a bad team. They'll probably win the game. But 10 points, that's...
I know, but
10 points is a lot. I'll agree with that.
It is a lot, but...
10 points is a lot in a playoff game to a team that is coming in very confident. I understand Andy Reid off a bye. I get the whole he's unbeatable off a bye. That's fine. I believe that Kareem Hunt and the better running back on the team, Nick Chubb, could keep this game very, very close if they can get going early. I think KC's going to win. I don't think KC's going to cover 10. Though, because last week Seattle was my other Super Bowl pick in the NFC, I kind of just want my whole Super Bowl pick to get blown out of the water this week. I don't know that it's going to happen. I'm going to take the Browns. I'm going to take the under. I don't know, 56. With KC is not a lot, but if KC goes and blows them out, then the under is going to hit because then that means the Browns are going to have to throw the ball. And if they can cover Landry, then they don't really have much as far as receivers. I got a weird feeling. All the other underdogs covered last week except for one team.
5-1. Underdogs went 5-1 last week.
And He's not in the playoffs anymore, so you don't have to worry about that.
Hey, he was MVP, all right? So, done.
Wow, you know what?
Brutal.
Good for him.
Brutal.
By the way, the Nickelodeon set, I could watch that every day and twice on Sunday. Something about that was just different and cool, and I don't know, maybe the nerd inside of me who watched Nickelodeon when I was younger came out. But
There you go, buddy.
It was very smart to do.
Shout out to SpongeBob. God damn.
I love
Square.
that game. That was by far the worst game of the weekend and the best game to watch. The only thing I hated was the young Sheldon thing, just because I can't, like, his voice annoys me. But, like, that, it was fun.
My favorite part about it was Mad Dog talking about it on radio and calling it Nickeldonian.
Wow,
He couldn't say Nickelodeon. It's so terrible. No, I think it was good. It was smart. We'll go to Sunday, 6:40, the final game on the slate. The number 5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the number 2 Saints. Tampa Bay coming off a 31-23 win over the Washington football team, whereas the Saints came off a 21-9.
Good job for calling them the football team. Good job.
I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm not Latch. I'm not making that mistake. Hashtag revenge game for Tampa Bay, as they've lost both times to the New Orleans Saints. Call me crazy. You know where I'm going. I'm taking Tampa Bay +3. I think if the game is anything under that, I might lean Saints. I think at +3, the Tampa Bay's the play. Sir, and in terms of the over, honestly, I didn't write it down. Does anybody have the over? I think
51.5.
51.5. I would take the over. Sir, what do you got?
As I said, week 1, Saints beat them 34-23. Week 2, or whatever, last time they played, Tom Brady had his worst statistical game. Saints won 38-3. I'd picture more of the same. Give me New Orleans -3. Like, for the Saints are a bad matchup for the Bucks. Like, they don't match up very well with them. You know, and if this is Drew Brees' last run, he's going out with a bang. Give me the Saints -3, and I'll take the over 51. Because I mean, both these teams can put up some numbers, but I just see the Saints, making a few more plays and taking that dub.
Big Mo, what do you got?
Well, the Saints can only put up numbers if their real quarterback was in, because Drew Brees sucks. He's done. If he doesn't retire after this game, it's just ridiculous.
Oh, hold on. By the way, shout out to Michael Thomas, first touchdown scored. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Nice.
First touchdown scored in the playoffs. I'm going with Tampa, just because I think they're playing good. I think their defense is what's going to win the game. So I'm leaning towards the under in this game. But I think their defense is what's really going to win the game. But they've been playing. I mean, last week, Leonard Fournette actually looked like a good running back, which, I mean, their offensive line is playing great. So the Saints aren't going to get to him. And, I give Brady the edge. I think this is his last hurrah, too. But Breeze is done.
We talked about Nickelodeon. This game should be on the History Channel.
Yeah, I agree.
Tim, what do you got in this game?
Well, back in my day, no, all right, yeah, we don't have to go old school with it. I'll keep it short and sweet. Tampa Bay learned something last week, having to face Washington's front seven, and that was keep Gronk in at blocking and keep Tom Brady upright, and let him sling the ball around to his 3 stud wide receivers. And honestly, that's the only reason I'm taking Tampa Bay. I had a check mark for the Saints. I'll take them -3. I had a check mark next to Tampa Bay. I'll take them -3. I have a double check mark next to the over because that's my best bet of the week. 51.5. The over's hitting. Mravik, you think the under's hitting? Guess what? 50-50. I don't know one way or the other. Both teams sold out again to stop the run last week because that's the only thing those other teams could do. So I don't trust the low scores there. I think this week is a completely different way that the games are going to go. I'll take Tampa Bay getting 3. Either way, I think the over's hitting. I'm not betting. Honest, if I have to choose, I'm not betting either of these teams with 3-point spreads. That's why I'm going to go over and take some anytime touchdowns from a lot of people. If you tune in on Twitch, if you're still listening.
Breeze, you know, with Tampa's defense, the way they're playing, I mean, Breeze is still hurt. And regardless, I mean, it's still, you know, his ribs aren't fully hit. Like, if he takes one shot, he's out. Now, I'm not banking on that, and I don't want that. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, then what? Taysom Hill comes in?
Well, here's the thing. The Washington football team. The only reason they were as good as they were is because that Heineken cat was moving around the pocket. He was making plays that I don't think Drew Brees is making.
Not anymore. No.
Alex Smith definitely was making those.
He was making plays Drew Brees wouldn't even dream of making, first of all.
But what I'm saying is that the dude, that's what made that game even close. Tampa against Drew Brees, I know he's still a better quarterback in the pocket. He's going to get rid of the ball quick, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
The Saints' offensive line played great against Washington, so yeah. I'm not talking that down. But Washington's defensive line is amazing. The best in football.
Their front seven is sick.
But Tampa has the defensive line and the linebackers. You know what I mean? Like,
you could persuade me either way.
Shaq Barrett start getting in there. You know, Reddick. Not Reddick. He's Arizona. The first time I fucked up on this goddamn show was the last episode.
David's a linebacker for Tampa.
Devontae David, Devin White.
You've done a good job on the show. Let's go, guys. We'll rapid fire our DFS picks because at the end of the day, if we're picking them in our DFS, we probably like their props, and we'll get into that on Twitch. So let's just rapid fire these. I'll start first. I'm going Lamar Jackson at 7,600. I'm going J.K. Dobbins at 6,000. Like I said, the Bills aren't great against the run, so give me the two guys that run the most. I'm taking Kareem Hunt as my second running back at 4,800. If they're playing from behind, they're going to be dumping off to the running back. And to Tim's point, I think Chubb's the best running back on the team, but Kareem Hunt's no slouch. So I'll take Kareem Hunt. Tom Brady's infatuation with Antonio Brown has me picking him at 5,400. The man loves Antonio Brown. And I know he didn't have a good game against New Orleans the last time he played. The last time he played was the first time Antonio Brown played a football game.
Oh, they're roommates.
Right. They love each other. But it was Antonio Brown's. It was Antonio Brown's. Right. It was Antonio Brown's first game. So now he's got a touchdown in like his at least last 5 or 6 straight. He's red hot. Give me Hollywood Brown to go with the Brown connection at 5,200. I'm a little worried because he did look like he was a little hurt towards the end of the game against Tennessee, but he did finish the game. So I'll take him. Jarvis Landry, at the end of the day, the game is high scoring, and if Kansas City is going to be winning by over 10, like I think they're going to, the Browns are running the ball. So give me Jarvis Landry at 5,600. There is no team worse in the NFL that's still playing a game against the tight end than the Cleveland Browns. You know where I'm going. Travis Kelce at 7,800. The man's going to have a game. At flex position, I don't have a lot of money left to spend. I'm going Devin Singletary. Like I mentioned, Zach Moss is hurt. He's the only running back left on the team. Listen, I know. Well, they have Darwin, whatever, but I don't think he's playing. Or going to play well, I mean. Defense, my last pick, 2,800. I'm going the Baltimore Ravens defense. I think they're going to at least force a turnover. I'm not looking for a lot of points there. That's my team. We'll get into the anytime scores, my anytime scores, and we'll get into any prop bets that I like on Twitch. Sir, what do you got for your DFS lineup?
All right. As the winner of both Saturday and Sunday last week, so you should listen to my DFS lineup. Quarterback, Josh Allen, 7,400. Dual threat, run. They actually ran the ball a lot more on against the Colts. So, he's going to put up some numbers. Running back, Chubb at 6,600 and Uncle Lenny Fournette at 4,900. I don't think Rojo's playing again this week. So, they give Fournette a lot of love, and 4,900, great value. Wide receiver. Hello, Michael Thomas. Thank you for that first touchdown. I got you. I'm going to put you in the lineup, 6,700. Number 2, Chris Godwin, 6,100. They give him a ton of targets. If he can make a couple catches, beautiful. And wide receiver 3, Hollywood Brown, 5,200, as you mentioned. Tight end, I'm going to go Austin Hooper at 3,800. At the flex, my man, Cam Akers, 5,700. They got a ton of targets, ton of love. Defense, New Orleans, 3,300. They gave him that work on Tom Brady. More of the same. I still got 300 to spend, so this might have been something to change, but it's a great lineup.
I like it. Moravik, what do you got?
All right, so I've never been worse than 3-1 in my picks every time I've been on this show. And I have the worst DFS always. So I'm just going to read these off. I picked them for no reason. Just try to put my money in there, figure stuff out. Quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Why? He's the best quarterback in football. Running back, Cam Akers. He's done good. Running back, Devin Singletary. Great. Stephen Diggs. He's going to catch 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. Who knows? However many Josh Allen wants to throw,
Hold on.
Diggs is going to catch them all.
If
What?
Steph Diggs is going to catch 5 touchdowns, why not put Josh Allen as your quarterback?
Because whoever I pick isn't going to be good. Especially, quarterback is my worst position. And I want the Bills to win, so I want to pick Josh Allen.
Good man. All right, bet.
Yeah, I'm going with Tyreek Hill to go home because why the fuck not? Who cares? Emmanuel Sanders, he might do good. He might not, but he was $4,500, and that's where he fit in my place.
I think 4 for 36. 4 for 36 and a touchdown the last time he played Tampa Bay. So.
Yeah, but I picked Tampa Bay, so I don't care if he does anything. Quite honestly, he fit my money, and that's how it was. I forgot who did I originally have? Actually, I originally had Rashad Higgins, who was like 4,300. I still lean towards that, but I went with Emmanuel Sanders anyway. Tight end, Gronk. Why not? Because he's great. You know why I picked
worry
Gronk?
about blocking Chase Young.
You know why I picked Gronk? Because the old boy likes to do shooters.
The wrestling podcast that finishes after this will be amazing.
Oh, yeah. I took the Bills defense. Why? Because they were $2,900, and that was all the money I had left. Flex, I actually did put a little bit of thinking into, and I took Hollywood Brown, who I think I drafted in every single fantasy league this year, and he disappointed.
Until you dropped them.
And I cut him. Yeah, but I stuck with that son of a bitch for so fucking long. And then I dropped him in like week 13. And then,
Sir, we all have that player where
again.
we keep on keeping on, and then ask Nick about Chris Herndon.
Don't
He did
ask
drop
Nick about
three
Chris
before
Herndon.
he scored his first touchdown, as did the rest of the Jets. Should have dropped him too. So don't even start. I'm going to jump to my team real quick, and we'll make this nice and easy because I know when I have a bad lineup, when Sir has none of the players I do, and Nick has every fucking player I do. I didn't just copy his shit down. Where we differ. Baker Mayfield is my quarterback at 5,300. If you're playing from behind, you're throwing the ball a lot. If that's what you think the narrative is, then at 5,300, he's basically the quarterback that's not ass Jared Goff. J.K. Dobbins, running back 1. Kareem Hunt, running back 2. Antonio Brown, wide receiver. Landry, wide receiver. Kelsey is my tight end. That's where me and Nick have the same exact lineup. What I changed up, my wide receiver 1 is Tyreek Hill at 8K versus Cleveland, and I have Tonyan as my as my flex play at 4,200 against the Rams. If the Rams are coming with pressure, Rodgers got to get rid of the ball. your release valve is your tight end. That's where the ball's going to go. Tonyan scored a ton of touchdowns this year. If you had him in fantasy, you cashed in some money, I can imagine. He was a great play. And defense, I went with the Buffalo Bills. I went with the Ravens, just blowing everything up. And, the real Ravens are going to show up this week. Now that their Super Bowl is over, they won their game, they got their win, and it's a wrap. Go ahead, sir.
Random donkey dollar bet. Austin Hooper puts better numbers than Tonyan.
Oh, man, that would fit into my
I
narrative.
like that.
I don't know. That's actually a pretty good bet. I think I would take.
I'm taking Tonyan.
I think I would take Tonyan too.
Dick, Austin Hooper outscores him, and he's cheaper.
I'll go hashtag donkey dollar on you.
All right, bet.
I did just get an alert that just came through, and Aaron Donald will be playing this weekend.
Okay.
As we all thought he would.
It's playoffs. What are you resting for? What are you resting for a meal after the game?
I mean, he's got 3 broken ribs, but
okay.
he also,
he's also Aaron Donald.
He also trains with people trying to stab him, so he's
Yeah. After the game, he'll probably eat a half a rack of ribs. So I'm saying.
Well, guys, hey,
on your dollar.
I want to thank Moravik for jumping on the show. One of our best guests, which is why we wanted to have it on.
Love you guys.
We love you too. And once the season is over and we start doing, different shows, I'm sure we'll have you on again pretty soon. So guys, that's our divisional picks. That's our DFS picks. Look for us on Twitch again to kind of break down our prop bets and anytime scores. This is Sharp Bets and Fantasy Sets. We appreciate all you guys so much. Before I go, I did forget one thing, and I'm going to close with it. On Friday, Scott, my buddy Scott, he's got, give me a
The
sec.
boss.
Somebody
The boss.
talk. The boss. Somebody talk.
The boss.
All right. Coming up on Friday, an interview with house music artist Die Dizzy from New Jersey. So Friday, Scott's got a rap artist breaking down some rap stuff on Friday on the TruExact show. Guys, we love you. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.